Hello everyone, I hope you're doing well. Today I'm here with another video and this one is going to be about academic writing. I'm going to share my 5 top tips on academic writing and I hope that these tips will help you become a better writer. My first top tip is to set a writing schedule. I cannot stress this enough. When you set a timetable for yourself for writing, what it does actually is that it helps you make it into a habit. So when it becomes a habit for you to get up every day at a particular time, for example, you set the writing schedule to be, 9 a.m. to 12 p.m., for example, or 9 a.m. to 11 a.m., what you do for yourself is that you already give yourself a time slot where you will be writing, where you will be working on your thesis, and you eliminate the decision making hassle from your life, and it makes your life so much easier because every day you do not have to get up and think about whether you are motivated enough to start writing or not. Mostly the writers, the academic writers, they suffer from writing block because they say that they do not have that motivation every single day to write something because they feel as if they are uninspired. They don't feel inspired enough to write something amazing. But when you eliminate this scam that is there of having motivation every day and having this inspiration to write something amazing, you just let yourself believe that you just have to follow the schedule and you just have to show up and write as well as you can. You don't pressurize yourself to get motivation every single day or to feel happy about it. You just think of it as a job that you have to do. Most of the students or most of the researchers, they feel bad about it. They feel pressured about it and stressed about it because they think that they can only write when they have the right kind of inspiration to write, because they think that they are on some idealistic sort of a journey where they are going to write something out of the world and they are going to accomplish something that has never been accomplished. All of that is just a whole load of and you should just let go of that notion of idealism and just set a timetable to write without thinking about anything else. So every day get up at at a particular time at 7 a.m., 8 a.m., whatever suits you, and then at 9 a.m. you are there on your writing table and you are going to write and you're going to keep writing, keep researching, and before that end time, the end time limit, you are not going to get up from there. This is going to help you. Even if you follow only this step throughout your research journey, throughout your writing journey, your academic writing journey, you're going to benefit from it so much, and you are going to tell me at the end of the at the end of your dissertation or at the end of your research paper that this massively helped you. The second tip that I want to share with you is that stop editing while you're writing. So this is something related to this notion of perfectionism that we have about ourselves and about our writing. So what we do is that we think in our heads, we have this notion that we are supposed to be perfect and whatever we are writing is going to be absolutely perfect, and it needs to be very logical and very sensible from the minute you just put it on the paper. This is counterproductive because what it does is that it stops you from going into that flow mode. It stops you from being fluid in your writing and being fluent in your writing as well. So what it does is that when you write a sentence, you go back to it and you try to edit it and you try to make it perfect instead of going to the next idea and to the next and then to the next, because you think that you need to write perfectly. You try to edit the hell out of it and then you just keep stuck on that or on those 2 to 3 lines that you have written, and the whole time is gone, and at the end of the day you are filled with self-doubt and you are filled with hopelessness and you lack motivation for the next day as well, because that you are crap at writing and you cannot write beyond 3 sentences, and even those sentences look so bad. So the next day you don't feel like waking up and you don't feel motivated enough to write anything. It's very important that when you are writing your first draft, you stop and you let go of the idea of perfectionism. The writing is not going to be perfect, and you do not need to, spruce it up as you go. Just write down your ideas, get done with them, and move on to the next idea, move on to the next paragraph, and keep on moving till the end of the allotted time. So when you are writing, refrain from editing, right? This will help you develop a flow that's very, very important for any kind of researcher, any kind of writer, and it will help you get over your writing block. It's very important to not be too strict with yourself when you're writing. So what you have to understand while you're writing is that when we are doing our research, there is a dualism inside of us. Like, we have a dual soul inside of us at that time. One part of the soul is directly linked to the creative process, while the other half of the soul is linked with judging that creative process. So you are the creator at that time and also the judge at that time. So you are evaluating yourself as well, and you are writing something as well. So while you are trying to balance both of these things simultaneously, you can often mess it all up. So when you're writing, try not to be too judgy, try not to be too judgmental. Let yourself just be creative, right? When you're writing, just let your creative juices flow, let yourself write as well as you can. Try to get into that flow, try to get into that rhythm, and then you can edit when the time is right. The third tip that I'm going to share with you is very opposite to the one that I've shared previously, and that is that be a ruthless and fearless editor. So when you are done with writing your draft, or when you have written certain number of words, then you need to read your writing again and again. You need to be very, very ruthless with editing. You need to identify which words do not appear all right in your writing, which phrases, which words, which utterances, they are stopping you from developing that coherence and cohesion in your writing. So the more you edit, the better your writing is going to get, and the better academically your writing is going to appear. The fourth tip that I'm going to share with you is to set a writing goal every day. So this is very much related to the previous tips that I've shared. At the very beginning of your writing journey, you need to decide how many words you're going to write every day. For example, for me, it is 500 words. So every day I know that I have to write 500 words, and I get up and show up at the right time, like I mentioned in the previous tip, in the first tip, that you need to be there on time. And when you're there, you need to already know how many words you're going to write. At that time, eliminate that decision making process. So how is it going to help you? Actually, it's going to help you because every day you're going to know that you cannot get out of this writing chair unless and until you have written 1,000 words or 500 words. In my MPhil, I used to write 300 words every day because that used to be my end limit as a writer. But now when I'm doing my PhD, I write 500 words every day, and that is good and keep in mind, those words do not have to be perfect. Like I said before, when you're writing, don't be an editor. When you're a writer, don't be an editor. So when you are writing your thesis, write 500 words, 300 words, 200 words, even whatever your word limit is, but make sure that you achieve that goal every day, and do not let yourself get up from that chair unless and until you have accomplished that writing goal. This is going to be very, very important, and this is going to serve you well. And my fifth and last tip is to be kind to yourself, be flexible to yourself, and be very, very accepting of yourself. The first 4 tips, they were related to how you're going to discipline yourself and hold yourself accountable. The 5th one is to be very, very gentle with yourself so that you have enough motivation, enough inspiration to write every day. Give yourself breaks every now and then. If you don't feel motivated enough or happy enough to write on a particular day, give yourself the liberty to take that break. It is okay to take a break. Let go of the perfectionism, because sometimes it is important to just let your soul rest. Getting up every day and writing every day, sticking to a particular schedule every day is going to be hectic for you, and it is going to drain you, and it is going to lead you towards burnout. So to avoid burnout, you need to make sure that you listen to yourself, you listen to your heart, and let go of yourself a little bit sometimes. So these are my 5 top tips to be a better academic writer and to get over that writing block. I hope you liked these tips. If you did, give this video a thumbs up and also subscribe to my channel for more videos like these.